Welcome to this 3D text glowing tutorial. The first thing you need is a background, okay? I want my text to glow in light blue, so I have set a dark blue background so that we get some contrast. So the first thing you need to do is go to the text tool, which is T. You can type T on your keyboard and then click in the center, okay? So it's good to use a nice bold text. That's why I'm using Impact, which is my favorite font. So double click and I'm going to type glow. So Glow, glow. Click that, move it to the center of the frame, and this is what we're going to work with. Now before we work on this, we need to convert the text layer into a smart object. So click on the text layer, right click, and then it'll open up these widgets, and then you go to convert to smart object. Your text layer is now a smart object. So click that and Ctrl J to duplicate. And now we have two layers, two smart objects. So the top layer is going to be the foreground layer, and everything on the bottom is going to be used to add depth. Okay, so let's click on the top layer and go to effects. And then first thing we need to do is to add a gradient, a color gradient. Once the gradient overlay tab opens up, double click this box right here, and then another tab will open up. And now you get to choose the colors of the gradient. So click on the first color stop, click on color. It's going to let you choose the color. Okay, so I'm going to go for a really light blue. Okay, and then for the other color, I'm going to go and I'm going to double click and make this a really dark blue. Okay, so now you can see that gradient has been applied to the text, but I don't want it to look like this. We want this to be a radial gradient. So go to style and click on radial. The gradient is now radial. We don't want this to be aligned with the layer, so we'll click that off. And now we are going to increase the scale a little bit. So around 117 looks good. Okay, click done. And now we have a beautiful gradient. Now we want this text to nicely stand out, and for that we're going to go to effects and we're going to go to bevel and emboss. Okay, so now we're going to add a bevel to the text. It's going to give you a nice three-dimensional effect. So the windows open up, click reset to default, make sure everything's on default, and then for depth I like going to around 900. And then what we also want to do is we want to soften it a little bit, increase the size. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now as you can see, there's highlights and shadows. Take the highlight and move it to 100. Now we can see the highlights are nicely standing out. And for the shadows, we're going to bring it down to around 30. The size is too much here, so I'm going to bring down the size a little bit, and something like this around 65 should be good. So look at the text, already it's started to stand out now. Now we are going to work with the layers below it. So hide this layer on the top, and this is what we have right now. So keep this as it is, Ctrl J to create a copy, move it 1 pixel to the left and 1 pixel to the bottom. You can do that by clicking the left and the bottom arrow keys on your keyboard. So once you do that, Ctrl J, create another copy, do the same thing. 1 pixel to the left, 1 pixel to the bottom. Ctrl J, 1 pixel to the left, 1 to the bottom. Ctrl J, 1 to the left, bottom. Ctrl J, left, bottom. Ctrl J, left, bottom. Okay. So what this is doing is it's creating that three-dimensional effect. So for me right now, 7 copies are enough. Shift, click all the copies and then create a group. Now all of this is added to a group. Now first thing you need to do, effects, and once you go to effects you need to go to color overlay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a dark color to all of these layers that we just added. Okay, so as you can see, we have to set a color. So I'm going to set this to dark blue, maybe a little purplish tone would be nice. Okay, dark blue, opacity 100, go. Okay, now you can see that the text has started to stand out. Now go to effects and then go to drop shadow. Now the drop shadow, we want the drop shadow to create this glow around the text. So once this window pops up, we're going to go click the color, we're going to go to a nice light blue. Okay, so right now the blend mode is in multiply. I'm going to click that and I'm going to go to a linear dodge add. Okay, so now it's going to increase the brightness. So click on opacity, bring it to 100. Click on size and increase the size. There you go. Now you can see that it started to glow around the text. How cool is that? Now we can leave it as it is over here. But what we could do now is we can click on the top layer and create a duplicate of the top layer. Okay, now you can see that all the effects have been duplicated as well. We don't want that. So right click and go to clear layer style. All the effects have gone. Now all we have is this white color. So now go to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and now we're going to create a Gaussian blur. Okay, so I think this should be good. This is a nice Gaussian blur. Okay, now you can see the blur color is white. So click on that layer, go to effects, go to color overlay, and we're going to give it a nice a light blue color. Once this window pops up, we're going to click on the color. We're going to give it a nice light blue color. We can bring down the opacity a little bit, 69 maybe. Okay, so this is going to be the foreground glow. So go to fill and you can bring down the fill maybe to around 20, just so that the glow is light enough. And there you go, look at that. That is how you create a 3D glowing text on Photoshop. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, share and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.